Following the death of Pope Francis, the cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church will gather next month to elect a new pope in one of the most famous buildings in the world, the Sistine Chapel. The chapel, one of the best-known monuments in the world, was named after Pope Sixtus IV and built from 1473 to 81. It is 131 feet long, 43 feet wide and 69 feet high, lit on either side by high windows. Michelangelo was commissioned by Julius II to paint the ceiling frescoes, completed between 1508 and 1512. The frescoes show scenes from the Bible's Old and New Testaments, most famously the creation of Adam, in which God reaches with his finger to touch the outstretched hand of the first man. More than 20 years later, Michelangelo was commissioned to paint the awe-inspiring Last Judgment on the wall behind the altar, which was unveiled in 1541. The Sistine Chapel was first used for a conclave after the death of Sixtus IV in 1484. A number of conclaves have been held elsewhere, including several in the 19th century at the Quirinale Palace, formerly a summer palace for the popes and now the official residence of the Italian president. Some 6.8 million people visited the Vatican Museums, which includes the Sistine Chapel, in 2023, the second most visited museum in the world after the Louvre.
The conclave is when the cardinals come to Rome to elect a new pope. There are about 140 under the age of 80 who will enter into the Sistine Chapel to vote who should be the new pope. Each day they will have several ballots. They will decide who they want to be pope. At the end of each ballot, they will burn their ballots, and you can see the smoke from above Sistine Chapel. If the smoke burns black or brown, we know that there has not been any pope elected. When the smoke burns white, it means there has been a pope. So when the pope dies, there's a special official at the Vatican called the Camerlengo who has to confirm his death. That's Cardinal Kevin Farrell. He's an Irish-American cardinal. He confirms the pope's death, and then he informs the College of Cardinals and all the diplomats in Rome that the pope has died, at which point the Vatican is under what is called a sede vacante. The See of Peter is empty. There is no pope. Cardinal Farrell becomes the temporary leader of the Vatican, and he helps start the conclave. So there's not normally a chimney in the Sistine Chapel. They install one especially for the conclave, and the cardinals are tasked with burning their ballots to keep them secret, because when the cardinals are voting on who should be pope, they are supposed to be completely removed from the world. They are to have no communication outside the conclave. They're not supposed to use their cell phones. They're not supposed to read the newspapers. They're not supposed to be in any sort of contact with the outside world. From that point forward, the new pope gets prepared. He then appears on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica behind me. The cardinals announce to the people below, "Abemus Papam," we have a pope. And that pope offers his first blessing to the world and becomes known to people around the world. So Pope Francis was the first pope from the Americas. He was from Argentina, and he was known for choosing a more simple lifestyle, kind of not always enjoying the high pomp and circumstance of the papacy that previous popes have enjoyed. He changed the rites for a papal funeral to simplify them. One of the major changes is that he asked to be buried in a simple wooden casket. Previous popes have been buried in a casket of 3 interlocking coffins of cypress, oak, and lead. Francis asked to be buried only in a simple wooden coffin. He also asked not to be buried at St. Peter's Basilica alongside many other popes. He's asked to be buried in the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore in Rome, where he had a special devotion, and that's where his tomb will be.